It's very impressive that they're offering bags at real high street prices, except their bags look like they cost thousands. Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Ciara. I share videos on shopping for the best basics on the high street, how to build a capsule wardrobe, and lots of other good stuff. So if that sounds good to you, then do hit subscribe because I would love to have you back for more videos. So in today's video, we are doing a much requested part 2 to my previous designer inspired high street dupes video. I will link part 1 below, but it was basically a rundown video of 10 of my current favorite high street designer inspired items. This was across accessories, fashion, handbags, footwear, and basically things that gave a nod to a designer version. For me, it's really important to find quality items for this roundup, so I'm not into something that's like a replica for the sake of it or something that is just not great quality. The pieces that I found are definitely nods to the original version, but they're still quality in and of themselves. Everything will be linked right down in the description below. So without rambling on too much, let's get into our first designer item, and it is the gorgeous Cartier Panthère watch. This watch has been on my wish list for such a long time. It is such a beautiful, timeless, classic and elegant piece of jewelry. I really do think of it as jewelry and not just a watch because, as you can see from the photos, it's so gorgeous, it's so elegant. This is definitely something that I can see myself buying in the future, maybe as a very special present, maybe something after the wedding, but for now I have found a fantastic alternative, the Seconda Monica ladies watch. I'm going to show some close-ups here because it's probably going to be kind of hard for you to see. So the Cartier Panthère retails for about 3,500 for the sterling silver version. It's about 9,000 for the mixed metal version, and then I believe the gold version retails for about 30,000 euros. This watch is by the brand Seconda, who are a well-known watch brand, and it retails for in or around £50 depending on where you're buying it. I think Amazon is the place where it tends to be in stock the most. It has the exact same size and dimensions and kind of chain link details to it. It also has the really dainty kind of watch face, which I love. The Seconda version comes in the silver colorway. It isn't sterling silver, but I found no issues with it tarnishing at all. And it also comes in the mixed metal colorway, which is just so gorgeous. But I really do feel like this is a fantastic alternative. I will link everything in the description below, and at around, you know, the £50 mark, I just think it is such a good find. The next designer item we're going to look at is the Hermes belt, and this is such a quintessential piece from Hermes. It is on so many people's wish list, and it is really such a gorgeous classic piece. Oftentimes the only place that you can get this is on the resale market, and it can often be even more expensive, which is the case with a lot of Hermes bags and products that you can't get them in store. There's such a demand on them, and then you go to the resale market and they're selling them for even more. Given that the Hermes Kelly belt retails for just upwards of 900 euro, I have found the most incredible version on Amazon, and it is this beautiful lock belt. It's very, very similar to the Hermes Kelly version. I've been wearing them a lot with jeans, with skirts, with little tailored shorts, and these come in at under the £20 mark. Sometimes the price on Amazon fluctuates, but I think I got one of these for £18. The other one I got for maybe 21. I do think these are such a good find, and again, if you were someone who was interested in investing in the Hermes belt, maybe you could pick up one of these versions, see how you're styling it, how you're finding it in your wardrobe, and then you can make the plunge if you feel like you're going to get the wears out of it. Next up, we are going to look at the Gucci horsebit loafers. Now, these are such an iconic shoe, and for a few years these were on my wish list. I really love the look of them. I think they're so chic. I do think that these shoes are a very good investment. They seem to be a lot of people's workwear staples, and the quality does seem to be very, very good. The price for the Gucci horsebit loafers depends on whether you're going for the slip-on mule version or the full version, but they're in or around 600 euro. They may well have gone up. I do feel like a lot of designer items have gone up in the past 2 years, but I will include the updated price in the description below. The pair that I'm going to show you that I think are the most fantastic alternative, the Sam Edelman Lorraine loafers, and as you can see, they have been very well loved. I have worn these to death, and these are my favorite loafers in my wardrobe. I think I bought these about nearly 4 years ago now, could be even longer, but I've really started wearing them a lot in the past like 2 years. Buttery soft, they did not need any breaking in. They are so incredibly comfortable. They're not an exact replica of the Gucci horsebit loafer. Gucci has a slightly different horsebit detail here, but they are very similar, and honestly I just love how chic and minimal and elegant they are. I think they would make a fantastic workwear shoe, but to be fair, I just wear them day to day and I just think they look so chic. So next up we're going to look at a summer staple, which is the Hunza G swimsuit. So I picked this up this time last year after seeing so much hype about Hunza G swimsuits. If you haven't heard about them before, they're a UK brand that are so popular, and they created a one size fits all swimsuit in this kind of crinkle fabric. I think it's called a seersucker fabric. To be fair, I am so happy with my purchase. I feel like the quality is fantastic. They really are one size fits most. It just has a really nice fit. I love the back detail on this. I feel like it hugs me in a little bit while still being really comfortable. And they not only come in the swimsuit, but they also have gorgeous bikinis, and I have one of their bikinis, I'll pop a picture of it here, in the cream with this gorgeous tortoiseshell kind of ring detail. But the one I wanted to focus on is this swimsuit, and the dupe that I want to show you, it's not actually a dupe that I have myself, but I have heard that it's very good quality, and it is the ASOS one size fits all. It's kind of like their crinkle style swimsuit. It's actually more of a collection that they have, and they do it across separates, and then they have swimsuits, and they have them in the black, the white, khaki, and I saw them last year. They did end up selling out, and they seem to have restocked them again. I know it is a little early in the season to be talking about summer and swimwear, but I do feel like the ASOS versions will sell out again, given that they are so affordable. I think they're under €30, which is so amazing. And as I said, they're also that one size fits all, so I do think that they're a great alternative. For the difference in price, I would be surprised if they were the exact same quality as Hunza G, but the ASOS one is a fraction of the price. I think it is under €30 or under €40. So if you didn't want to spend the Hunza G price and you maybe wanted to get a few different colors, I think the ASOS one would be a great alternative. The next designer item we're going to talk about is the Celine Triomphe sunglasses. Now, this is an item that I actually don't have in the designer or the dupe version to kind of compare and contrast, but I wanted to showcase this because I feel like a lot of you guys will be excited to see this. So the Celine Triomphe sunglasses were so popular last summer. They retail around the €500 mark, which is very expensive for sunglasses. So these ones in particular, I saw someone share these ones, and it was the Amazon version that they had found, and they look so similar. They obviously don't have like the Celine logo or anything like that. They're just inspired by, but they have the gold detail at the sides, that like chunky gold rectangle. They have the thick gold kind of sides, and of course the oval shape, and they just give that kind of vintage gold look that you're looking for, with obviously without the €500 price tag. So if you're looking for the Celine sunglasses and you want an alternative, or maybe you want to see if this is a style that you're going to like before you invest in the Celine version, I think these are a great find. To give a shout out to Amazon for their sunglasses. I feel like they always have really fun styles, so if you're looking for something to kind of update your wardrobe in the summer, I find sunglasses are a great way to do it. So this is a way that you can do it, obviously on a budget. Next up, we're going to talk about a few different bags, and the first designer bag I'm going to talk about is the Saint Laurent Hobo bag. Now, this bag has been around for quite a few years, and it's so popular, and I can really see why. It's so simple, it's so chic. It comes in a bunch of different colors, but to be honest, for the size of the bag, and actually I think the current price tag is over the €2,000 mark, Saint Laurent are one of my favorite designer labels, but definitely in the last 2 years we've seen price increases, just like any other designer brand. You know, they're all kind of doing it. The bag that I'm going to show you is the Charles and Keith, I believe it's called the Cessia bag, and it is such a good find. So I picked up the Charles and Keith Cessia bag. I want to say it was in, I think, September or October of last year. So I got it for the autumn winter season, and I went for the patent finish because I just thought it was really fun and quite kind of dressy, and I actually don't have any patent bags in my collection. The price of this was about, I want to say about €80, I think, maybe a little bit more. I'll have the exact price linked below. I think I also had a discount code for this, so I will link that below if I can find it. And I feel like for the price price being under 100 euros, I think this is a fantastic bag. It's a great evening kind of party wear bag. You could also wear it obviously during the day if you're just going out with your essentials. It has like a pretty decent amount of space, but as you can imagine, it's not humongous. If I bring you in a little bit closer, you can see it has this metallic little fastener here, very similar to the YSL Hobo. Of course, they have this strap which comes around, but the difference of course is that Charles and Keith have their own little kind of cylindrical detail, so premium looking. And also I have brought this on many nights out and I've not been careful with it, and it just still looks really, really good. You can adjust the drop on the shoulder strap here as well, which I really, really like. Highly recommend Charles and Keith as a bag brand in general. It's very impressive that they're offering bags at real high street prices, except their bags look like they cost thousands, which I think is really incredible. Next designer bag we're going to talk about is the Celine box bag, and this has been a designer favorite for honestly so many years. And actually this box bag isn't in circulation anymore. You can't go in and buy it in the shops. It is only available on the resale market, and I believe it retails for somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000 euro. This really simple box style is just so synonymous with Celine. It's such a minimal chic bag, and I think it really speaks to that whole aesthetic of quiet luxury and kind of old money, because it's not like screaming with logos. It's just very, very subtle. Now there are definitely a few different high street inspired versions of this bag. I know Charles and Keith have their own one. I think it's called a Charlotte bag. I'll pop a picture on screen and I'll of course link it in the description. But the one I wanted to highlight is the viral Marks and Spencer bag. It retails for, I believe, just under 50 euros or around the 50 euro mark. And they've been bringing it back for the past 2 years. Every time it comes in, it sells out, and it's such a good alternative. Slightly smaller than the Celine version, but it's so chic. The gold details are really similar and it's just fab. I think it's such a good price. I just think that Marks and Spencer, their accessories every year, I feel like their footwear and their bags are just 10 out of 10, especially for the price. So the next bag we're going to look at is a very summery basket bag, and it is the gorgeous Loewe basket bag. This one was released a couple of years ago. I believe it retails for around 450 for the kind of smaller version, and then I think close to 500 for the larger version. And it is such a beautiful, simple bag. It's very much inspired by the French basket bags that you see people have in the markets, and it's just very, very pretty. The one that I'm going to show you is one that I found on Etsy, which I picked up last summer and I'm just so in love with. So this is the basket bag that I picked up on Etsy, and it is from like a small kind of like basket weaver brand. It came to I think 60 euro, which is just such a good price, and it's really sturdy. It's obviously handmade, and it has these beautiful soft leather straps. You can see here this little strap part is adjustable, so you can make it so that the strap comes down a little bit lower to make the drop a little bit shorter if you wanted something that just kind of went under the crook of your arm. But what I kind of like is one that I can sling over my shoulders, and I just think it's such a good alternative. It obviously doesn't have the Loewe logos or anything on it, but it does have this little leather square here, and they can actually emboss your initial on it if you like. So if you look here, you can kind of see a little C detail embossed, but it's quite faint, so to be honest you can't really notice it. I just think it's such a great bag, and actually I think that Etsy is a fantastic resource for high quality leather and like basket bags for such a good price, and a lot of them are kind of designer inspired. So if you're looking for a really nice basket bag, I do think this seller on Etsy is fantastic. I will link them below. You can get this size, you can also get the larger size. They have a couple of different styles. I think they have different leather color finishes as well. The quality is just so great. Following on from the Etsy basket bag, the next designer I'm going to look at is Bottega. They are beautiful Italian leather. The craftsmanship is amazing, but of course the price is very expensive. I feel like for a lot of the larger Bottega bags, they're coming in at around, I would say, between 5 to 6 grand for like the larger woven leather styles. And it is no surprise that a lot of people who like that style of bag have found similar versions on the high street or online. Some of my favorite kind of Bottega inspired versions that I've seen have been on Etsy. So that style of kind of woven leather in accessories definitely wasn't invented by Bottega. They didn't coin it, but they definitely popularized it, especially in the kind of luxury fashion sphere. So I feel like when you look at these sellers on Etsy, you can get something that's really similar. You can go for the vegan leather, or you can go for the real leather versions, and they're often, most of them are coming in at under 200 euro, under 150 euro. So you're getting a really high quality piece from a small business for a really, really good price. So the next designer handbag we're going to look at is the Hermes Kelly. And of course, Hermes is probably at the tippity top of the luxury handbag market. They are so desirable. And as I said, with the Hermes belts, the Kelly bags are available to buy in store. They range in price depending on what your leather finish is, but they're notoriously difficult to get your hands on. And what ends up happening is if you buy them on the resale market, they can be significantly more expensive. So you could be paying anything from, you know, 10,000 to 15, 20,000 for an Hermes Kelly. Again, they're so iconic, they're so beautiful. I cannot fault them. They're beautiful bags. But I'm going to show you a bag that gives very similar energy for an incredible price, and it is the Parisa Wang top handle bag. So this is the Parisa Wang top handle bag, and Parisa Wang are a brand that you probably will have heard me mention in my videos before if you watched any of my mid-range bag videos, which you guys seem to really enjoy when I find bag brands that are under, you know, the 500 euro, 400 euro mark. And this bag retails for such a good price. I believe it is just under the 350 euro mark. I will leave the exact price in the description below. But again, this is such a beautiful bag. It has a lot of similar details to the Hermes Kelly. It has the same structure, the same shape. It has your gorgeous little top handle here and this kind of lock detail. On this bag, it has a little top fastener underneath, and you open up this latch and you have just your big chamber inside with one little flap pocket here. And again, it's a very chic bag. You can see it has its own little feet on the bottom as well, which is so nice. Again, Parisa Wang are made from the same leather as the likes of Chloe and I think Mulberry bags. They're made with the same type of leather. I think they might be made in the same factory, but they market themselves on giving their bag to the consumer at like a much kind of better price, which is why most of their bags I think are under the 400 euro mark, and this one I think is such a great one. So there you have it, guys. Those are 10 of my current favorite designer inspired accessories. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you would like to see another part to this video, then do let me know in the comments below and I will get working on a part 3 for you guys. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you have not already, then be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week and I would love to have you back for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!